Hello and welcome to another tutorial by Mr. Splash. Today we're going to be finding out another tutorial on how to 3D print something. So just to tell you, important note, today we're going to be using a USB drive. I'm using an adapter and a SD card to put the SD card in. However, if your printer only has a USB stick, then you can go ahead and use that. It won't affect a thing. So what we're going to do is first we're going to search up on your browser either Thingiverse. There's lots of other websites as well, but Thingiverse, which is a very helpful website here for things, but what we can also do is another website that is called Printables. Now this is another one, but it's for more practical stuff. Looks a bit like this. You can just search, but what we're going to be using today is Thingiverse. So what I want to think is, I'm going to search, and today I want to print out something that's articulated, which means it can bend and stuff like that. Articulated. So we can go ahead and search that. And I like the look of this shark here. We can click on that, and then what we can do is we can look at the pictures this person has made. Yeah, shout out to McGuybeer, yeah, for helping me get these files. Thank you very much. So what we're gonna do is once we've found the file that we want, it's pretty much the same on here. We can just, I don't know, search up this. We want these. So download, and it'll bring us down, and then you just press download all files. They're pretty much the same. So what we're going to do is we press download all, and then it will download in 2 seconds. There we go, and we should have a pop-up that has the file that we're trying to use. And go here, and you should have this file here, that one that you have, and I recommend making a file named 3D printing. So we're just going to go ahead and drag that onto 3D printing. Yes, say do that. 3D printing, scroll down, and look at that articulated shark right there. So next we're going to have to download this program called Orca Slicer. This is a slicer, very important. You cannot print without one of these. So you just press download now. I've already installed it, so I'm just going to get it up here. Once you've installed it, you can just open it up like this. Open up, and I'll wait for that to work. So there we go. You should have this screen. These are just the files that I've printed before, so they won't be there. It will just be blank. So what we're going to do is press create new project. Yep, and you just press that, and we should have this base. So here are the controls. So left click to rotate, right click to move around. Obviously zoom is with the scroll wheel, and move around is also hold scroll wheel and move. Now this is very important that you focus on this. So first what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and press this square, the little plus on it. Should take us to all the files that we have. Go down to 3D printing, and here we shall have, oh yes, the reason why it is not there is because you need to make sure that on it, when you have the articulated chart, you need to go into files, and you can see, oh, wrong one, that one, yep, go into files, and it will have these. So we're going to use an STL today. We're just going to use the A. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag the file itself onto there, because what the slicer cannot do is open zip files. So we'll just go down here, and we will find the shark, which is this one here. Yep, press open, and there you have it. You will have the shark that we wanted to print. So we can have a look at that, we can zoom in on it, we can move him around on the plate, and you'll see here it has all the things and stuff. You can see the links in it that make it flexible. And then this is the trickier part. So first you'll see that it says layer height and quality. Now 0.2 is quite good, but it means the layer height is less thick, so it will take less time. The highest you can do is 0.3. I would not recommend doing that for a flexible thing because it doesn't really work, because it needs to be quite thin. So today I'm going to be using 0.15. Now this is important. If we go to multi-material, others, you'll see that it says brim. Now you need to make sure that it has no brim on an articulated thing, because if it does, it will mess up the whole thing and you won't be able to move it or anything. You also need to go onto support, and you need to make sure that the support is off. So it's just that little tick box there. You need to make sure that it's off like that. Right, and that should be good. Now once we're happy with those configurations like that to our little shark boy there, we can go over to slice plate. So we click on that and it should start slicing it, and it's just loading. Yeah. Right, now we can see that this is what it will look like. Obviously I'm not using orange filament at the minute. Wait, I am actually. But you can see that the layer height, you can see the layer height on there. You can see everything, and you can also see the total time for it. Yeah, and you can see the time. This will take 4 hours 30 minutes. As you can see, it's quite big, but I did 0.15. This is how big it will be. It's quite small actually. And right here, and then we will see this thing that says export G-code. Now you can only do this once you've sliced the plate, so make sure you've sliced it. You just press export G-code file, should bring you to this, and then you have to make sure that you're on the USB drive. Then you can call it something like shark. Now I'm gonna call it, I'm gonna put on it 4 hours 30 minutes so I can see how long it will take. So then we just go ahead and press save, and that will flash because it means it's gone. Alright, and now we can just close this up and make sure you save it to the cloud. And now we can go to our printer. So make sure that you go onto this little arrow. I don't know what it is on Mac, but it'll have eject mass storage. Make sure you do that, otherwise all your files can be wiped, and you do not want that happening. So we're just going to go ahead and take that out. Yep, just like that. Then put the cap back on. That. And now we can close down our computer and go to our 3D printer. Alright, so now we have our 3D printer. I'm using the Creality, the Creality CR6E right there. And make sure that your filament is loaded. I'm using eSun. It's the one that I trust the most with my printing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn it on. Should load up just like that. Yeah, and you should see that it has a print function. I'm going to press print. It might be different on your printer, but it'll have something that says print. And now you can see that there's nothing on there. So what we need to do is we need to grab our SD card, pop it out of there, and we need to insert it into the printer. Now what you can do is you could have an USB stick, so you'd obviously just plug that in there as well. So what we're going to do is we can see that we have the shark right there, 4 hours 30 minutes. So we click on that and then you press print. And look, there we go. It will start printing. When it's done, you can take it off the plate. So I'm just going to stop it because I don't actually want to print it, but it should print and it will move around like that, all that, and there you go. Move around. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, because this channel is very new, so I'd appreciate it a lot. So happy 3D printing. Bye.